Hi there, and welcome to 30 Days to Breathing Easier. I am Kelly Welton. You probably got this video because a friend sent it to you, or a spouse, or a family member, or a neighbor, or somebody sent it to you, hoping that maybe you could get a better understanding of what they're going through with the diagnosis of COPD. Now, COPD covers a lot of things. COPD could be asthma, it could be emphysema, it could be bronchitis, bronchiectasis, and for all practical purposes, the program that your friend or loved one is going through also covers people with interstitial lung disease. So the reason that I had made this video and made my patients able to forward it to you is so that you might have a better understanding of what this person is going through and how to help them. I know many times I've been taking care of COPD patients now for 32 years, and I know many times patients get a diagnosis and they don't know what to do. They don't believe it, they don't know what to do with it, they don't know how to manage it, how to handle it, and they certainly don't know how to tell anybody what they have and how they got it and what they're going to do with it now. And so let me just break down a little bit what COPD is. It's chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Essentially, the causes are many different things. Most COPD is caused by smoking. Not all COPD is caused by smoking. Some is caused by exposure to chemicals. Some is caused by exposure to environmental factors, dirty air, things like that. There's a genetic form of COPD that happens. So it's not always just smoking. When someone gets handed the diagnosis of COPD or ILD, it is a chronic condition. It's a chronic lung process. It's a chronic disease. That I think is the hardest part for people to be able to assimilate and understand and then try to turn around and tell other people what to do for them. The signs and symptoms of COPD are generally just breathlessness and breathlessness with exercise or breathlessness with activities. Many times people with COPD just chalk it up to getting older. Maybe they thought, well, I smoked a little bit, and so now, it's a little bit harder for me to climb a flight of stairs. I'm getting a little bit older. It's a little bit harder for me to walk as far as I used to. Things aren't the way they used to be until they finally get handed a diagnosis of COPD that they really have damaged their lungs somehow. So step one, how you can help your loved one is just to understand what's going on in their lungs. They just can't move as fast as they used to. They get very breathless. Step two is understanding what's going on in their head. It's a very difficult diagnosis to accept. And step three is trying to understand what can you do for them. Many times you'll ask somebody, well, what can I do for you? They don't know, or they know, but they don't want to admit it. And they don't want to say, well, I need help with this, I need help with that, or I really could use some help with, just some household chores or some grocery shopping or sweeping up the backyard or mowing the lawn, things like that. Everybody is different with what they need help with. So the best thing you can do is just keep asking and just let them know that it's okay, that they can ask you for help anytime. Another thing that happens with patients with COPD is they feel bad because they can't move as fast as they used to without getting breathless. And so many times the friends that they used to go to lunch with, they used to go shopping with, they used to go golfing with, do things with on the weekends, they just kind of step back and don't do it anymore because they feel like they're holding everybody up. And so the best thing you can do is just to let them know it's okay. Move at your pace. We can stop. It's all right. It's not a race to see how much shopping we can get done or how fast we can do 9 holes of golf. It's just is what it is. And slow yourself down and just move at their pace. If they look breathless or if they look like they really need to sit down, then reassure them it's okay to sit down. It's okay to back up against the wall and take a breather, take a rest. The most awkward thing I think for COPD patients is when they have to go on oxygen, and now they've got to drag an oxygen tank behind them, and they've got to carry a what's called a POC, a portable oxygen concentrator, with them. So the tanks are heavy. They have to roll behind them. The POCs are lighter, but they have to wear it over their shoulders, so that adds weight to them. So the best thing you can do is offer to carry it for them. Some POCs come in a backpack, that's great, but maybe even still offer to carry the backpack. You can put things in one of those little small rolling carts, or if you're feeling good and strong, you can just carry it for them. So that's what's going on with your loved one with COPD. They've got a diagnosis that they don't always know what to do with. If they're in my program, they're learning steps they can take. I think the best thing for them to do is get out and keep walking and keep active. And I harp on them all the time. Get out, get up, go do, but take breaks. So a little activity and a little break and a little bit of walk and maybe a little bit of rest and a little bit of housework, and then have a little bit of a afternoon tea, something just to pace themselves. But the best thing you can do is let them know you understand, you love them, you're there to help them. Whatever the pace they need to go at is okay with you, and just reassure them that you're still their friend, you're still their family, they're still your loved one, and that moving slower is okay, carrying their oxygen tank is okay, helping them or finding them help is okay. So I hope this has been helpful. If you need more information, you can visit me at www.thebreathingspecialist.com. Thanks for joining.